Hey y'all, so I'm back here at the historic home renovation project and we're getting excited for demolition, but before we get too carried away, there's preparation work that we have to do for the demolition. So I'm talking to you about that today. So I decided to bring in a professional demolition crew, mainly because it's gonna be a really messy job. They are professionals, they do this all the time. They've got trucks and safety equipment. They'll be able to take down the plaster, the lath, the ceilings in some of the rooms, and all the old insulation and things that are just around that I don't want to have to deal with. They're going to pick all that up, take it away, clean up the house, and then just be done with it. But before they come in, I wanted to make sure to go through the house and save and protect the things that I want to keep and reuse again. Those are things like the window trim, the door trim, any specific special trim pieces that were original to the house that it's going to be hard to get those pieces again, so I just want to save them. So the first thing I did was start with taking off the window trim, and here's how I did that. So the first thing that I did was just use a utility knife, and I cut along the seams of this on both sides, and that just sort of releases any paint or caulk if anybody used that at any point. So I've cut it. There's two different pieces of trim right here. I'm just going to try and take this flat piece off for now. I also just am curious to see what's underneath it. So, and now I'm just going to use a flat bar and a hammer, and I'm just kind of going in behind it until I can loosen it. And I'm going to work my way up as I go, kind of loosening the nails. There's one nail that's popping out right here. I'm not worried about damaging this drywall or plaster because we're going to be taking all that off. If I was worried about it, I wouldn't be pressing against it with my pry bar like this. So now that I've got this off a little bit more, so it's kind of pulling right here. I might have to come in from, I may need to take this little piece off first. And then come in from behind on that side as well. But I want to be careful. So I'm going to do that with all the pieces around the window, and then I'm going to use some nipper tools to pull these nails out from the back so that it's safe for storage and it doesn't damage the front of the wood. We managed to get all the window trim off, and I've been sort of bundling those pieces together and labeling them per each window so that I know where they go in the end when we go to put them back together again. So I've been taking off the window trim and some of the door trim and just saving the things that I want to keep and reuse later. So because of the settling issues that the house has, some of the plaster was already sort of delaminating from the walls. So when I was taking off some of the window trim, I just decided to go ahead and take off some of that plaster. So like I said, in a couple of the rooms, we went ahead and took some of the lath and the plaster off the wall. One of the reasons was because it was just falling off the wall anyway, and I couldn't help myself. Another reason is because I actually want to save some of that lath. You'll see in another video that I have that I actually like the old lath strips that come off of the wall. They're useful, lots of different ways to repurpose them, but I like to keep them, and rather than ask the demo guys who are probably used to just ripping everything apart and tossing it into the dumpster, we actually just picked a couple of easy walls that we could use and took the plaster off and saved the lath and took all the nails out and got kind of a good pile of lath. And we'll see if there's any more that we can save. At least I was able to save some. One of the things I pulled off before the professional demo guys got here was the mantle around the fireplace. I wasn't sure if it was original or not, but and I didn't intend to pull it off actually. Just as I was looking around it, I noticed that there was some wood that had been added that was new when they did the drywall in the living room. So I started kind of just pulling around and seeing kind of how it was set up. And the mantle actually came off pretty easily because they had taken it off previously when they redid the drywall. So I went ahead and just pulled it off and was able to just kind of move it and save it, set it aside in a place that's not gonna get touched. So hopefully it won't get damaged. But yeah, it is the original. There's actually like some stickers on the back that talk about who it was made for and the style of it and the type of wood, and it is actually oak. It would be kind of cool to strip this down and finish it so that you just see the oak. That would be really pretty. We'll see if we can do that or not. So as we've been taking all of the woodwork off of the walls, we're pulling out all the nails and then saving the wood. A couple of useful tools for pulling nails out of wood. These nippers here work really well, and Kareth has something kind of similar. Just something with leverage that you can roll and be able to pull those nails out pretty easily. And we're actually saving all of our nails in a container, and it's because there's a metal recycling place here in Greensboro, and we can take all of these and give them to the metal recycling guys, and rather than going into the dump and into the landfill, we can they can go on to another life and get used again. So one more thing that I did to be prepared for the demo crew to come in was to mark clearly all of the walls and the ceilings that I want them to take down. Not everything is coming down. Some of the ceilings in some of the rooms, all of the exterior walls so that we can put insulation in, some of the interior walls because we need access to one side so that we can redo the wiring and the plumbing, but not everything is coming down. And so I made sure to clearly mark those walls and ceilings so that they know exactly what to take down and what to leave. So we've done all the prep work that I can think to do before the demo guys get here. We've taken off and saved and labeled all the wood that I want to save so that we can reuse it later and we know where it goes. I'm pretty excited to just see what they find when they start taking apart the walls. You know, there will be surprises and problems, I'm sure. There's some leaks in places where water is coming in right now that I'm not sure where that's coming in, and so once the walls are opened up and the ceiling is opened up, I should be able to find those and hopefully figure out how to fix them. So wish me luck, cross your fingers, hopefully everything goes well, and I'll see you at demo day.